sweet peeps, welcome back to one version. We've got the water flowing, spinning our water wheel here, which means we can unpause this industrial lumber mill, pause this lumber mill, and it's very important that we get the gear workshop up and running. Now unfortunately, I do believe that's going to leave us with 0 builders, but it doesn't. That is fan-bloody-tastic. I will take that every day of the week. We've got 2 beavers slurping up water. We've got a beaver planting any oak they can get their bloody paws on. And let's help them out with that by saying you can plant down here if you want, pal. But unlike the usual beginning of episodes, we've got heaps of food and heaps of water knocking about here. But definitely be deceived. Just because our beavers can shower again, they're making cogs and planks, doesn't mean this is now easy mode. We did have a bit of an easier first couple of cycles than usual. Thanks to only having 1 beaver to begin with, they doesn't eat very many food or drink very much water. But now, we are in the point of the game where we are properly behind. We're in cycle 7, and we are just about getting cogs. Not even that efficiently, because we also need a bloody hauler to make sure we got bait and water up here. So whatever these 2 jobs wants bait or water, they didn't even have to go all the way to the other side of the map. And I would say, while we've got a builder sitting on their arse because we've got no planks or gears, let's pause the whole district centre and unpause at least 1 workplace in the hauling post. And since this is the most affected lot, I'm going to prioritise these 2 by haulers first. So let's follow Rick Roddy Runt here and see what they do. They're grabbing some water. They're hopefully gonna go right past where they went last time, gone all the way up and drop it in there. That is bloody perfect. And they bloody used it to slurp up themselves. Now that does unfortunately mean he drank the water that he dropped off here, so it was still nay better over here. But once the beavers retire to their comfy homes, we may get a full day's graft out of old mate and have him properly refreshing all of these warehouses for these grafters here. Alright, Rick Roddy, where are you taking this water? Are you taking it all the way up, dropping it off, and then going and doing for some food, and then dropping that off and all? And there we go. Now at least the first beaver out of these 2 that gets hungry and thirsty can just have it all picked up from here, unless we're beavers coming back to top up even more. Or the babby comes and eats it now. Oh, this is going to be mental. We're going to need a hauler at all times, aren't we? Well, the second we get 6 gears stored up there, we are going to unpause the 1 district and get our 1 builder building our 1 medium tank. And once again, we could speed that up by deleting the bloody metalsmith. I'm going to just pause the construction of it this time, like. A pause, because bringing the priority down on it clearly isn't enough. Now that does mean, Mr. Rick Roddy, you need to come back to being a builder, please. So you can pick up all of the rubble and pop them all. Oh, that's right, yeah. Maximum priority building the thing as well. So let's bring this down to high priority. So old mate can just go and picking up the bloody rubble down here. That's his main job. Oh, day 3 bad tide approaching! I was up here just so I could see these highlighted beavers. They're gonna dive in here, grab a... Oh no, that's not right. It's a different beaver. Completely. See this beaver here? They've just dove into the district centre and picked up a plank so they can get their cog in. Completely messed that up. And we're out of water up here already. Oh, we've got bad data approach in 3 days. We really, really need this in. Although, you know what? As crazy as it sounds, we don't need the industrial lumber mill going. As much as I do not enjoy giving up the free power we have here, I would much rather have a hauler knocking about and a bonus builder picking up all of this rubble here, which is thankfully a maximum priority. I only wish they could just plug it straight in Old Mate's workshop there. Old Mate, who is at least prioritised by haulers. So Yakaroo here could be... Oh, look at him can! Hang on! Can haulers pick up rubble now? Is it not just restricted to builder beavers? Well, hauler, you literally could have just dropped it in there, mate, you know. Oh, we're going to build us sitting on Mars. In that case, we can get producing some planks. How many one, though? We want to have a beaver ready at all times, even if they are just sitting on their lazy tails, waiting for a gear to get built. But the second the gear gets built, it gets picked up and plonked straight into there. And looking at this, we're at 66% efficiency. Let's get a second beaver in here and pause a water slurper. Because we're full on water storage. Well, we're full enough on water storage, anywho. So now when our second beaver gets up here, we'll go from 66% efficiency all the way to 100, and then we'll immediately clock off. Because that's the way we do it around here. But we've got 2 gears needing to be produced, and then we can build our big medium tank. And I think they've just been a gear produced. 1 more gear, and we can pause all of this and just get loads of builders banging away on that medium tank. There it is. Pause, pause, preemptively unpause ye, and everybody else can just be a bloody builder. And we're going to be moving out to tea. Get making more efficient planks then. Or you could if you had any bloody lumberjack flags unpaused. Right, bonus lumberjack flag. Now you can chop down these trees and feed the beast that is 1 district. Here we come, peeps. This is it. Our beaver's got it back in the big old medium tank here. Look at this bad lad. You're going for a proper swimming here. Oh, and you've planted everything you possibly can, so get paused. Thank you very muchly, Mr. Forrester. We have 3 builders, so I reckon I'm going to go ahead and unpause 1 more lumberjack flag. Now, while this bad tide approaches, I'm going to play with raising the level on this floodgate, seeing just how high we can make it before we end up flooding out the top here. By the looks of things, that made bloody no difference whatsoever. Let's get it up to 7.5. See if that does anything at all overnight while the beavers are chilling out at the campfire. Pausing bloody breeding pods! Yay! Look at that! So very close. Get that bad lad paused. And then did I literally just miss that because I was waiting for that one? It wouldn't be an episode with the iron teeth if I wasn't faffing about with bloody breeding pods now, would it? And with 1 day of slurping remaining, we have a total of 14 water in all medium tank. Therefore, I reckon it might be time to whip out a 24-hour working day for our beavers here. As well as noticing that we can raise this floodgate maybe all the way to 0.95. Or not. 0.90 seems to be the limit. Unless this is just a quick temporary mild flood. No, it isn't. It's getting worse. How about 0.85? Will 0.85 alleviate all flooding? Is that the magic number? Perhaps. Legitimately perhaps, though. Look at this. 0.85 on the floodgate and we're all the way up here. We can plant more bloody trees. Beaver, get your arse in there. Look at all the beaver builders we got. Let's just start bloody absolutely deforesting this side of the map here. And I'm not even going to use these 2 flags. Be gone. I'm plonking in 3 bonus flags over here. Because that frees up 2 more oak planting ground. And the reason I faffed about with this bit floodgate first is when the bad tide hits, my attention has to be fully over here at the back of the map. Because we do not know if this actually works. So once this gets to 0.1 days left, I'm going to whack this all the way up to 1. We're going to flood, which is just going to flood this bit hole, which I'm happy with. But what else is going to happen is we're going to slowly creep our way over here. And before the bad tide hits, or ideally just as the bad tide hits, we're going to click the tippity top here and get the floodgates all the way up to number 2. And will it work? Oh, the suspense with the pause. It was only a 10-day bad tide, so it's not the end of the world. Unlike the look of the flooding over there. But we've got to get a proper mad angle here, don't we? What's the best angle that, like, if it all goes wrong, would look the best? I think here. I think this is the angle, like. And this is also the moment of truth. We're at speed 1. The bad one is pushing out the back of the map. But it's also pushing out the side. Now, is it working? Is it actually working? It's not. Oh, no, it is. It is flowing round the side. This was me fear. This was me. Whoa, that's power. That's. Oh. Ooh. Mild panic attack. That's alright. It's just the bad water poop shoots, man. Doing their thing. We already know about them. But what we didn't know is how bad is this bad water flooding gonna get? Is it gonna gun over the edge? Am I safe here? Am I safe down here's more the question. And the answer to that is bloody no! No, not the one we waterfall. It's gonna spell the end of 1 district. But look at how bloody perfect the water level is over here, man. It's proper up height. Oh, look at the babby showering. Oh, I've got to pause these two and all. But do I really want to pause these two if there's bad water flowing doing the waterfall? Really, let's hippity hop away back up. Yeah, double jumping up. Let's get all the way. Ooh, it hasn't moved. Or it hasn't moved very much. Oh, no. Didn't be a slow... Ooh. I was going to say it didn't be a slow death, but it looks like we might be big chillin'. Are we big chillin'? Is this going to dry out if I go up to speed 4? Please tell me this is going to dry out and we're not going to get any more waterfalls over there. It is, look, it's drying out. If I jump down, I'm going to be like, dry up, dry up, dry up and stay dry. Why aye? That's mint. I was properly hoping this would work, but I had no idea how much water would actually get through these prickly thorns and flow down our waterfalls. I mean, don't get us wrong, I'm well aware that the water can't flow out the back of the map behind the... Ooh, ouchie, let's get on top of these. Can't flow out the map behind the water sources, which you can see here. There's zero flow in the middle. The flow goes out, and then once it's beyond the sources, it goes out the back of the map here. But that is fan-dabby bloody dozy. And we can get to pausing our 2 water slurpers. Oh, a forest, I must have planted some oaks while the river would burst its banks, because they're already not hydrated. But these ones around here should be fairly close to popping off. 90-odd%. Look at that, man. It's absolutely glorious. As is the 198 water in this tank. And if we've got four builders, then we need to have four bloody haulers. Especially considering that still leaves us with 2 builders that are both sitting on their arse, and we're going to have 2 more beavers without it, eh? Looks like it's time to get the Skyans back up and running. Get our industrial estate properly up and running with 3 beavers for 100% efficiency all round. Oh, and 2 beavers in the industrial lumber mill. We're not messing about this episode. We're proper serious. Or at least I'm bloody thankful we can get serious, thanks to our absolutely mint Badwater repulsion system here. I love this. It's... yes, I just love it. It's as simple as that. You cannot get any simpler. And when I referenced peeps that have been around for a long time, you will remember the Leviathan Badwater repulsion system. It's remarkably similar to this. I would say this is even a step up from that. The other one left us with a Badwater reservoir, if you remember. Oh, I didn't even think. So I was right when we were doing the scouting it out. We're not even going to have to concern ourselves at all with Badwater gunning over there. It's just going to swim down, join its other river, and then swim even faster out the map. Oh, look at our haulers keeping the food topped up here, so when my grafters get hungry, they don't have very far to go. Any reason that we don't have 12? Whoa, how many bloody right? We're turning doing the haulers then. That's gone down to 2. Hopefully we get 2 more beavers in here because we're running it. Oh, we don't even have 2 beavers in here. What happened? Well, I know what happened. I got a bit keen. But you know, away. Where's all me bloody beavers went? We'll tone back the sky and sing a touch. And now we have a full complement of industrial estate beavers. They build us though. That's alright. We can just start hoarding. Speaking of hoarding resources, probably, if not else, get a bloody gear warehouse about. And I feel like what better place than right here. No, it's not where this path used to be. It's right in front of the door. There is no better spot to chuck your cogs than right at the front door. Now I think it might be time to finally unpause the metalsmith construction. I think I'm happy to get some logs in there now. And you know what? Since we're Badwater free in one district here, I don't have to worry anymore about demolishing this blockage. I had a plan where I was going to get a floodgate here and a big water dispenser here so we could keep at least some sort of good water for any sort of irrigation whatsoever while the Badwater was rushing through a river here. But no need for that. We've got a perfect little Badwater repulsion system right here. And I reckon I've got a way to fully automate it as well. The only issue is, to fully automate it, we need a lot of resources. So let's get cracking along with that. AKA expanding our industrial estate. Oh, sorry beavers! Let's get you down to 18-hour working days. I saw yous were all passed out and I was like, hang on, what's going on here? What sort of hauling activities are you been up to? But you've just been up to regular out hauling activities 24 hours a blooming day. Oh look, we got a beaver banging away at the blockage. Go on beaver, bang that blockage away and expand our big river pool all the way up there. I bloody love it. Hopefully that's not a point of flooding though, because the water will come in here and then like sort of swirl about a bit before going back out. We might have to control the water flow through there, but thankfully if we do, we've got a throttling valve. We can throttle the bloody fecker, you know. That actually looks kind of mad. I've never seen the model for this. It's like a sluice but rounded. So let's have a think about what we need to do next to get everything up and running here. Now we already know we need metal blocks for our valves. So let's go into metal and spend the 300 science points unlocking a big old fancy smelter. And yes, this is where it's going to reside. Because we're not done with our fancy housing estate just yet. But we do need metal blocks to sort all of that out. So we're going to get a temporary, handy dandy, small warehouse in there's a path. Now building the finest Badwater repulsion system beaver kind has ever seen is one thing. However, we do need a bit of Badwater in our lives. And thanks to us being the folktales, I think we can drop our straws all the way off the edge. We can! Oh, that's ridiculously fantastic. I love it. And weirdly enough, I want to pop this bad lad right bloody here. Well worth the 250 science points for that big old thick sloping straw there. And that's always before any good water hits it, so it should always be 100% contaminated. AKA 100% efficient. And of course we can't be talking about efficiency without whipping out some Badwater storage right here. But that's not the only place we need to whip out Badwater storage. Because we didn't just need Badwater for bathing in, we need it for some proper centrifuge action. Which unfortunately means building a bonus set of ladders up here. And in case this is your fourth season, I'll often mistake ladders and stairs or lifts and just say whatever pops to mind. So I'll sometimes get it right. But now that we've cleared up this bit of land, let's get a centrifuge in there once we've got a couple of hundred more science points. So why don't we go ahead and unpause my last inventor here. Realise that we need to unpause our big scavenger flag if we want to get any metal parts smith. Although with me being horrendous at getting these breeding pods in time, I literally missed them both. I'm seeing an issue with our food. It's going down. So it's about time we unpause another 2 farmers. So we can make sure we're getting as many kohlrabis as beaverly possible out the ground. Now unfortunately, that has left us with 0 builders. But we've got bonus babbies that'll grow up and become builders, so it's all G. And I was about to ask, what do you mean you're not connected by any paths? And then I remembered that I deleted the path that used to connect around here. And while we're at it, beavers, you may as well pick up your 1 plank and 1 log off that. Oh, and it's only going to be so much worse, say, like if I delete one of these larger buildings or more expensive buildings. Like, what am I going to get back off this? Oh! Ouchie! Ouchie! And that is why we need to be very careful with where we place our buildings. It's only going to get more painful to rebuild them as time goes on. Which makes us hope that I've thought everything through with this little plan here. Otherwise, it's gonna be a bad time. Now, thankfully, I'm seeing our kohlrabi number go up. But I have a feeling when I click this new well-being high score, we're gonna see that not every beaver is able to enjoy the campfire. The campfire's getting overcrowded. And so's our shelter, which I shouldn't be paying attention to be fair. But anywho, let's not worry about the shelter. Let's go ahead and complete our campfire vision by deleting all of these paths all the way around it here, including this path right here. So we can plonk a campfire either side of the campfire. And that's one of the very few things that actually have been planned for a very long time, as well as the inevitable, eventual addition of the 3rd mod, the good old-fashioned 4-way district centre mod. You've gotta love a bloody four-way district centre, man. Because one of these entrances is only for campfire use. I mean, how mint is that? We do need to spruce up this entrance a bit, though. You know, just so some cupcake doesn't decide they want to do one of these jobbies. Now, the only thing is there's currently a bug. Maybe fixed? No! Well, you can't rename the district centre the four-way variety. Well, that's okay. We know that this is one district. And it also gives me an excuse to finally... Oh, no way. Connect up to these stairs is what I wanted to say. However, Webet Forester's been a bit too eager of a beaver. Planted oaks up, yeah. Well, I can't blame the beaver. I literally told him to plant... Hello, oaks. To plant oaks up here. So fair dinkum, beaver. Just didn't plant any more, please. And I'm also going to give the district centre a bit of a perimeter here. You know, from those invasive blueberries and whatnot. And I feel like it's only right, if we're going to the campfire, that we have to whip out a couple of braziers. Even if we can't build them, it takes scrap. Hell yeah, beavers. This is all a high priority build for you for the next 4 days. I quite like the new layout here. We're starting to get like a little town square situation on the gun. Now behind the braziers, I would love to pop some shrubs on. However, they are utterly useless, apart from the 2 beavers that are sitting beside the campfire there. So let's pick something with a bit of a larger range, shall we? Something like a beaver bust that only takes these brand new metal parts. Let's plug 2 it. Yes, that's right. We were saving science points, weren't we? Well, look, we're going to get the beaver bust, and then we're going to get whatever else is necessary, like a centrifuge. We've got our priorities, you know? And our priorities apparently on picking up that 1 bonus... Oh, no, sorry, beavers. That's right. I've got yous all overworked. Even though they're overworked, I would still very much like to whip out just a mild speed up bit while I pause these 2 breeding pods here. And there we go, peeps. I've successfully paused them. We've got beavers in there, hang about. I just need to unpause the scrapper because we needed to build the bonus brazier. But I wanted loads of beaver builders in here. Oh, everyone's grown up. But I wanted loads of builder beavers so we could build the campfires. Because, you know, we didn't have any. But for now, I just want to walk through the door of this 4-way district centre and say, "G'day, beavers! How's your campfire treating you?" And, "G'day, beavers! How's your campfire treating you?" Oh, I can't wait until I can do that a 3rd time. For the 3rd campfire up here. This is going to be absolutely beautiful once we get the science points for beaver busts. The braziers in here. Oh, and blooming heck, that speed 4 speedy up bit turned out to be fan-bloody-tastic. For a beaver bust plate, that is. Get them in there. Of course, in a high priority. And all the beavers are just appreciating that. I tell you what, like, we're making fair dinkum progress on the smelter and all. 9 out of 30 scrap metal. And everything else is full as a gun. We just need scrap metal in there as well. So we just need to get a scrapper in here. Hello? Hello? I guess this happens every now and again. But it didn't come down here. Nah, we're looking clean as down here. Although I just spied we're doing a 99 water, which isn't clean as. We might want to unpause a slurper. Just one, you know. We're not panicking. We still want beaver builders, which we do, I'm not lying. Oh, and I need to be unpausing more inventors as well. Hey, am I going to end up unpausing these 2 breeding pods just to get more babbies out after all that? Or am I just going to sacrifice a large power wheel beaver toner to become a builder? And these can go back to being 81% efficient. The 100%'s run here, not quite yet. Oh, we are properly coming along here. And we're 9 gears already in here. We just need to get our big old metal part factory up and running, aka a metalsmith, and we'll be absolutely giraffing. Oh, and I just clicked this at the right time. Because the next beaver that rocks up here with a log is going to go ahead and complete this. Oh, you've got a plank. I thought you had a log. Well, they're going to go ahead and complete this campfire. Hopefully sooner rather than later. Oh, the beaver should be coming from over here though, shouldn't they? Because, you know, the lumberjack flag's doing there, chopping the wood. Oh, hello! Oh, no, it's a hauler. The hauler's twacked the log. They're taking it up to be turned into planks. Tell you what, you got to be quick when you're a builder, like. Otherwise, you just didn't get anything done. Hello, Bunu. Go and twok a log off somebody and bring it. What are you even doing? Oh, you're building this. Do we seriously not have any logs? Oh, they're just being twocked by haulers. The haulers are too strong, that's what it is. The bloody haulers. Because like I said when I was still hopeful and hanging out by the campfires, the hauler twocks the log and takes it straight into the industrial lumber mill to be turned into planks. Well, if naught else, the hauler can clock off now and they can go and hang out with the beavers in the what should be, if they weren't so efficient at their job, 3 campfires, but what is, unfortunately, just 2 campfires. But that does mean, if I remember, we can end the next episode at the very same spot, and you can see the difference between 2 campfires and 3 campfires, 2 braziers and 2 beaver busts. Because we're gonna get that properly up and running in the next episode. Or at least I hope we do, otherwise I'm gonna be making myself out to be a big Billy liar, aren't I? But until that decisive next episode, I hope you have yourselves a grand old time and a toodle.